Hello, my learned colleagues. In this lesson, we are going to answer a question taken from IGCSE May-June 2021, paper 3 in the core curriculum, and the code is 31 to be precise. That is 0580/31. And in this question, we are going to cover both bearing and distance. We also look at a little aspect of geometrical construction, and then conversion from that is simple proportion, and then distance and speed. So we learn a lot of things in a single question. Let's get into it right away. The question says, the scale drawing shows the position of tan R on a map. The scale is 1 centimeter represent 5 kilometers. So here is the position of tan R on a map. Now, what did they want us to do with this? By using R now as a reference point, you go down the page a little. It says tan M is 36 kilometers from R on a bearing of 163 degrees. Mark the position of M on the map. So 36 kilometers from R on a bearing of 163. Let's get that bearing first. Now, R is a reference point, so we want to get a bearing of 163 degrees from that very point. Recall that bearing is measured from north going in the clockwise direction. So I'm going to place my protractor with the reference point, which is R now, must be on the reference point on the protractor. What is the reference point of protractor? Where the baseline and the 90 degree, this line here, this line and this line, where they meet, this very point I'm touching with the pencil now is a reference point on a protractor. So it must lie on this very point here, point R. I place my protractor right there on point R. Okay, the baseline is right there on it now. Let me place it very well. Okay, I think this is good enough. I want to get 163 degrees. How do we get that? So measure all the way. Oh, my hand has adjusted it a little. Well, let me just readjust. I think we are there right now. This is, okay, my hand is blocking it. We want to get 163. This is 160 right here. So 163 is right there. We put a mark on it. 163. That is the point right there. So mark it. Once you mark it, you can rule a line to that point. I'm going to rule a line to that point, which will give me my 163 degree from point R. Make sure that the ruler is set before you rule your line. See, that was not good enough. Let me clean it and redraw it. Just to give you an idea of how to do it. My own may not be perfect enough, but in the case of exam, make sure you place your ruler well before you rule your line. You draw this. Okay, this is manageable. That is 160 degree, 63 rather. 163 from point R. 63 degree. Okay, but the set point R is 36 kilometers from point M rather is 36 kilometers from point R. So how can we measure 36 kilometers on paper? We make use of the scale. The scale is 1 centimeter to 5 kilometers. So if 1 centimeter is 5 kilometers, what will be 36 kilometers? Let's do a simple proportion here. Can I work that? Okay. Yeah, so 1 cm is 5 kilometers. Therefore, x centimeter will be 36 kilometers. By proportion, to find the value of s, we cross multiply. S multiplied 5, of course, s times 5 is 5s. That is 5x there. Then 1 times 36 is 36. Equal to 36. Divide both sides by 5. Divide by 5. 36 divided by 5. That should be 6 point something also. 36 divided by 5 is 7.2. So the distance in centimeter is 7.2 centimeter. So this line here should be 7.2 from the reference point, which is point R. So I'll place my ruler, measure 7.2 from there. 7.2. Fortunately, my camera cannot capture the whole thing, so you have idea of what I'm doing. 7.2. Yes, 7.2 right here. I'll place a mark there. 7.2. So that is my point M according to the instruction given to us. That is point M right there. Mark it there, point M. Then we'll go further. And then the question says a railway track 36 kilometers long is to be built in a straight line from R to M. The track cost $1,070 per meter to build. Work out the cost of building the track. Okay, the cost is $1,070 per meter to build, and the track is 36 kilometers long. The first step is to convert that 36 kilometers to meter. Since the cost is per meter, we need to know the distance in meter too. How do we do that? 36 kilometers, we know that 1,000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. Or 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. Let me work it out where you can see it. 1,000 meters. So 1,000 kilometers, or 1 kilometer rather, is equal to 1,000 meters. 1,000 meters. So if that is the case, then 36 kilometers will be what? Let it be x, cross multiply. 1 times s is s. So 36 times 1,000, which is 36,000 meters. So the railway tracks in meters is 36,000 meters. And then the cost per meter is 1,070 per meter. That means 36,000 meters will be 36 times 1,070. So if 1 meter of the track, 1 meter cost $1,070, 36,000 meters will cost x. Again, by proportion, x is equal to 36 thousand times 1000. 1070 rather. $1,070. 36,000 times 1070. And that will give us 36,000 times 1070. That's 385. 385 to, how many zeros do I have there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 38,520,000 will be the cost to build the railway track. I think that is that. Then the B, or the B2, that is B11 or BII rather. You say 15 people can build 60 meters of track per day. Work out how many days it will take 45 people to build the whole track. So if 15 people can build 60 meters of track per day, how many days will it take those 15 people to build the whole track? Remember, the whole track is 36,000 meters. So whole track, let's work that here. Whole track is 36,000 meters. Now 15 people can build 60 meters per day. That means 15 of them will build, how many days will it take 15 people to build a whole track? Build whole track with 3600, 36,000 divided by 60 per day. That is the 60 they are building per day, and 36,000 divided by 60, that is 600. So it will take the 15 of them 600 days. 600 days to build. But that is not the question they ask. They say, how many days will it take 45 people to build the whole track? So this 600 days is for the 15 people, because 15 of them can build only 60 meters in a day. So the whole track is not 60 meters, the whole track is 36,000 meters. So if they are building only 60 meters per day, how many days will it take them to build the whole track? To take them 600 days. So if it's taking 15 people 600 days to build, how many days will it take 45 people? That is the question we need to solve. So based on what we have there, 15 people is taking 600 days. 600 days. That means 15 times 600 days is equal to 45. That is 45 people times X days. We don't know the number of days that 45 people can build it. Now working out the value of X, 15 times 600 give us 9,000. That means 9,000 is equal to 45x. Working out the value of x, that will be 9,000 divided by 45. 9,000 divided by 45, 200 days. So it's going to take 200 days for 45 people to build the whole track. And then question 6 is, train will travel the 36 kilometers at an average speed of 75 kilometers per hour. Work out the journey time. Okay, we know that speed, this question is on speed. Speed is distance over time. Speed is equal to distance divided by time. And we are looking for time here, so making time the subject of this equation, I have time is equal to distance over speed. Distance over speed will give us time. And what is distance here? The distance is 36 kilometers. That means time is equal to 36 divided by speed, which is 75 kilometers per hour. So 36 divided by 75 kilometers per hour, that will give us by 75, 0.48, 0.48 hour. Because the speed is in kilometer per hour, that means this time we have here is in hour. But the question says we should give answer in minutes. We know that 60 minutes makes an hour, so converting this to minutes, we multiply 0.48 rather, multiply it by 60 to get the time in minutes. Times 60, that is 28.8. So the minutes is 28.8. And then lastly, question this is time K. Where is it? Time K is on a bearing of 312 from R. Work out the bearing of R from K. Okay, let's first of all locate time K using the bearing given to us. That is a bearing of 312 degrees. Let's work that right away. Back to the first diagram. So how can we get 312 from this R? There's no way you can use a protractor to get 312 degrees. So we're going to do a little mathematics here. We know that the whole of this angle, that is if I start from north and go all the way back to north, that is a complete revolution. And we know that the angle in a complete circle is 360 degrees. So I'm going to subtract 312, which is the bearing given to us. Subtract it from 360 degrees to get an angle that I can measure with a protractor. So the bearing given to us is 312. Subtracting that from 360, we get 360 minus 312 give us 48. So what we need to measure is 48, but in this case we're going to measure and go in the anti-clockwise direction. I'm placing my protractor with the baseline on the reference line, the point on the protractor also on my reference point there. So I'm getting 48. This is 40 right here. 48 is right here. I need to use my left hand side, left hand rather. 48. This is 48 here. Put a mark right there. 48. And then join that mark to point R. Okay, that's it right there. So this angle from here down to this place is a required bearing the axis, which is 312 degree. And we got that by subtracting 312 from 360, so which give us 48. This one here, 48, that we can measure with a protractor. That is how you approach a question like this. When the angle is bigger than the protractor, the maximum angle you can measure with the protractor is 180 degrees. Anything more than that, you need to subtract it from 360 and measure the remaining one. Okay, so that is the location. But I said K is on a bearing, okay, from R. Work out what I'm reading. Work out the bearing of R from K. The bearing of R from K. So let's locate this one. This is R. This is R now. This is point R. So we have to work out the bearing of R from K. What angle are they asking us to find? R from K. Remember that bearing is measured in clockwise direction starting from north. So let me put a reference line on point R. Something like this. Okay. So this angle R from K is this angle here. This angle is the bearing of R from K. So how can we get that? To get that, we make use of what we call alternate angle. Alternate angle. Remember this angle here. This angle here is 48 degree. That means here too is 48 degree. The brightness of my light is disturbing seriously. Here too is 48. That is alternate angles are equal. So if there is 48, how can we get the remaining one? The remaining one will be 180 minus 48. Since the whole of this is a straight line, this is a straight line here, and sum of angle on a straight line is 180 degree. So if here is 48, the remaining angle here will be 180 minus 48, and that will give us 180 minus 48, 132. So the bearing is 132 degree. Bearing of R from K is 132 degree. 132 degree. And that brings us to the end of this very question. I hope you found it useful. If you do, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also share the video with your colleagues. And as you do, you are blessed.